All right, hey guys, my name is Bonkers, and I'm a Tier 1 Masters Terran. And this is a video from Gabrilao from All Things Terran. And I guess he gets hit by a disruptor allin, and he's looking for help as to things he could do better against it. So we're going to take a look and see if there's any big errors that he could fix that would make holding this allin easier. So it looks like you're doing a Reaper expand. You're sending a scout out. We'll look from your point of view.
ready.
Alright, so you see the Nexus.
SCV ready.
You lift up your racks. I don't know what for. Your Reaper's delayed, so you could not do that. Everything looks pretty standard, right? Like, you even get to stop the probe, which is nice. But, so, if your Reaper isn't delayed, this doesn't happen, right? Like, so that's like something that, like, potentially is a big deal. Okay. Throwing up a barracks, so you're going for 2 racks, which means you'll do quick stim. You get an entry bay.
SCV ready. Where? SCV ready.
What did you see? You saw a gateway and a cyber core. Was that from your SCV scout? Your Reaper doesn't really see anything. Okay.
SCV ready.
Add-on.
I'll have you know that I do think like this disruptor drop stuff is like insanely difficult. All right, that was a pretty good Reaper sack. So one thing that a lot of players don't understand is, especially in this matchup, the Reaper exists so that you can do that. It's not really like against Zerg, you're able to pressure and like force out lings and like potentially get a drone or two. But against Protoss, it's not really feasible because the depths are good against Reapers and so are pylon cannons. But you're able to use your Reaper to scout. So like he saw 2 additional gateways in a robo. And did he see the robo bay? He doesn't see the robo bay. But like that's what it's for. So like around like 3:30, 3:45, you want to sack your Reaper to see what the Protoss is doing, so that you know like if you need towers or turrets, if you need like if DTs are coming, if Stargate's happening. So that was like good. That's like a good thing to do, to sack the Reaper like that. So Stimmin +1, really early +1. Interesting.
SCV ready. Armed and ready.
Still no factory.
SCV ready. This better be good.
Getting a turret up.
SCV ready.
Just producing Marines and Marauders.
SCV ready.
I mean, like, this is just standard. I like the wall off up front. I like pulling the Marines up. Super good. Against Protoss, a lot of the stuff that you end up playing against, you've got to be able to stop the Warp Prism from warping in. So, like, it's really important to have units up in your main.
SCV ready.
Starport.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Third racks. More turrets.
Gangway.
This is like quite a few minerals dedicated to turrets. So like potentially if he's doing a fast Nexus, like 3rd Nexus build, you've wasted a lot, but I don't know. Warp Prisms are really good, so I don't think the turrets, the extra 200 minerals you invest in the turrets probably lost you this. So let's keep looking.
Ready for dust off.
Base is under attack.
Alright. Is there a way to like go back a small amount of time? I don't know how to do replays. Hold on. Let's go back.
Ready for dust off.
Alright, so he disruptor shots your front.
Base is under attack.
You have +1. He just used this disruptor shot. Alright. Let's keep watching. Okay. If you're ever facing an all-in like this, and this happens, you've lost the game. I'm sorry to say it. But that disruptor just got 8 kills. The game is over. Or like, I'm kind of kidding, but at the same time, like, really, you can't take a hit like that. If you would have split your units and not taken damage from that, you could have just fought this. It's 1-1, right? It's about to be 1-1 to 0-0, and it's pure stalker. Even, let's say, even if you go back to right here, potentially, when he uses this, you might just be able to fight this, right? Like, it's just stalker. It's stalker, and you have, like, Marine Marauder Medvac. Anywho. I honestly think you're fine against it. You're fine against this. Just don't... You have to micro. You have to concave. You have to split, and then you engage this. If you actually split against that disruptor shot and you A-moved with a concave, you would have won. I think concussive shells are pretty good against disruptors, too. Because they're really immobile, and if you get one shot off on them, you just kill them. But, like, the problem is you took so much free damage from that one disruptor shot that you just lose. Your macro's starting to slip as well. It just snowballs. So looking at this replay, it's kind of unfortunate. There are a few things to mention. One, you invest a lot into turrets. So, like, one here, good. If you have units here, maybe one here, but, like, having all 3 of these, especially if you're just sitting at home, is, like, kind of unnecessary. You could have potentially had your 3rd racks earlier and more units because of that. But I think the big thing is you just have to fight it. And you have to split. If you take a shot, like an 8 kill disruptor, when he's all inning off of it like this with, how many gates does he have? 7 gates? Or is that 8 gates? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With 8 gates, if you take a bad disruptor shot, you've lost. It's just the nature of this game. You never really scouted that he was all inning off of it. I would have maybe scanned again to see if he built more gates or a 3rd. I don't know if you scouted his 3rd. But I think the biggest thing is you just have to micro against it. If you don't micro against it, you've lost. It just snowballs. Like, you had enough stuff to beat this. I mean, right here, you win this fight. You're up supply, up upgrades, and he's pure stalker. You win. You just gotta dodge this. And then right after this lands, I think you have to commit. I don't think you can turn around like this. You need to trade. Because you didn't trade, you just took free damage. I think that's all I have to say on this replay. Again, if you'd like to see more content, like to see me play some ladder, check out my stream at twitch.tv/bonkers1. I hope you all are having a great day. See you guys.